I just wanted to share one incident. Today, I had a very strange interaction with somebody. So, what happened? I went to a lab to get my daughter some blood test done, annual checkup. This lady, lab assistant here, close to my house, she is from Bangladesh. So, she was initially very friendly to me. And you know what's happening with Bangladesh and India these days, isn't it? And how that spill overs here in Canada, that was a very strange experience for me. I never expected this to happen. She was showing all the pictures. Oh, we did Halloween celebration in a lab. And she was asking me, oh, are you from India? I said, yes. Nicely showing all the pictures and everything because we were the only patient there at that time because I went early morning. So after that, all of a sudden, she started talking about politics. She said that, oh, if India doesn't listen to us, Bangladesh, then we'll take over India with from the chicken neck. All the seven sister states will be ours, huh? I was shocked. What is she talking about? I said, what? No, but I said, what happened? I couldn't understand. All of a sudden, what happened? She said, oh, India has been torturing Bangladesh for such a long time with our previous corrupt prime minister. We are going to take over India if that Modi is not going to listen to us. And she is here, Canadian citizen. I'm also Canadian citizen. But anyway, so then I said, okay, take over if you think that way, if that will solve the problem. And internally I was laughing, but I wanted to say a lot of things, but she was about to take the blood of my child. I was in a catch-22 situation. What should I say? What should I say? I wanted to say a lot of things. She was wearing a skirt and a blouse. And I wanted to say, what you're wearing will not be allowed if you're in Bangladesh because it's probably going to be what law they have? Sharia law. Probably it's going in that direction. I also wanted to say that you could not celebrate Halloween there also, what you're showing me right now. But I did not say anything. I was just laughing internally, like, look at this lady, how she's talking with absolutely no, first of all, it's just that she's emotionally involved in whatever is going on. I said, why are you torturing the innocent people there, right? Like, why is not you? I said, why are the people torturing people on road? She had no answer for that. She kept on ranting her own stuff, how they're going to take over India. India is not doing this and that. You have very corrupt politicians. I said, please take the blood and I have to go for my job. But my daughter was also shocked. This happened. I just wanted to share that with you, that how people think. Here we are discussing yesterday only about Brahm and Bhagwan and Ishwar. Nobody here we are thinking about in that direction. But how people actually think, how their thought process is. Can you imagine that? They are planning to take over.
Closer incident. Last week, my son went to this Dollarama, very close to our house, and in Mississauga. He was lining up for cashing out. There was a black lady ahead of him. So this cashier was brown, and she was cashing out, but maybe she was new, young girl. She was taking her time. So this black lady started shouting. She was saying that all these brown people, I don't know where did they come from, and then they are taking over all the jobs, and we are all without jobs. All the Canadians are without jobs, but these people are taking our jobs. You guys need to go back to your country. And she kept going. So my son kept listening, and then at the end, like, he just lost his control. He told her so many things, and he said, come out in the parking lot, then we'll talk more. So I said, did anybody back you up? Did anybody say something? He said, no, because that's what the problem is. People just staring. People do not say anything. And that's why this is happening more. But I said, you wasted your energy. Like, that person has a problem. So, like, why did you have to get into that energy? And then why did you have to say all these things? I mean, you should have let it go. But he said, no. I mean, his idea was totally different. And he said so many things to that black lady. But I said, you know what is the need to get involved in this? Because these people, it means they don't know anything. They're just ranting out because they don't know how to deal with their emotion. So whenever they see somebody like, okay, how brown people are taking over, or they're getting into good positions, or they're having a lot of businesses or whatever. So same thing with Indian. Many people are just against Indian. And she had to say something.
Yeah, she was so emotionally charged. And then I felt it's a waste of time. But so much of aggression. That's what I was so surprised. So much aggression. So anything happening, it's not here. But still people, because we are related, we face that situation. I saying we are not that aggressive. That's the thing. We are by nature, we are not that aggressive. We study Brahma and yesterday only we discussed all these things, right? How we have to see everyone as one. But the whole world is not like that. I think that
Yeah.
that's only one culture. We just think like that. That was a clear, and it happened in front of my daughter. So she got a very good example in her early years that how people think. That was a good experience for her. And just when I came home, I 1 hour it took me to research about what is this chicken neck and all those things happening in Bangladesh and India. I knew overall picture, but I did not know the details about what. But I got the news that Bangladesh got occupied by another army from Burma, Myanmar today only. I don't know where the world is going with Third World War type of situation coming everywhere. It's popping up, here and there.
It's just amazing how myself is so strong and getting stronger in the world when we should be thinking more like the whole world is mine. It's just amazing that the world is so going in the opposite direction. It's just sad, very sad.
Also, that, like you say, we are quiet. We think we know, and we don't interact with these things. But that, I think, sort of gives, or they think they get a free license because they know 90% we are not going to react. So it's safe to vent on us, which also is wrong. But I'm not sure how to react to that, because reacting is exactly what we don't know what to do.
No, we should not be passive. So if you're on a role like an authority or something, if you have a position to give back to the person, you should also create boundaries so that nobody has a second chance to push you back. That you must do. And this being meek or weak is not a sign of dharma. Dharma, I told you before, it carries Shakti with it. So I remember my uncle telling me, our ancestors, like specifically my family history, they used to live in Afghanistan area. And when Alexander attacked, they ran from there, the whole village or the whole community. They came through down the Kashmir, then around maybe North India, UP, Ayodhya, Nepal, and then they came to North Bihar. That's how they got settled there. So they ran away because the ruler, there was no strong Kshatriya. So as a dharmic society, we are losing that Kshatriyata within us. Because why we are losing the Kshatriya? There's another reason, because we don't have enough Brahmins to train the Kshatriya. Because we don't have the knowledge, we don't study our own Shastras. That's the problem. We are not creating robust human beings. Before the Rajas, see the Chola kingdom. Look at the Chandragupta Maurya kingdom. They were so robust. Chola kingdom was the only one, all the South Asia till Indonesia, everywhere. It was their Samrajya, isn't it? And they did not do with killing people. They went there and established a dharma, everything with peace, love, and propagated everything. They did trade with it. So if dharma becomes strong, Bharat becomes strong, which is the root of dharmic culture, the world will flourish. Everybody will flourish because that's our nature. We cannot see anybody down. Bharat. Bha means to shine or to glow. Rat means to revel in that. The land which revels in the knowledge is Bharat. It shines in that knowledge. That glow is from knowledge. So that's why the name Bharat is so nice. Other religion, they always tell, be good to others. Love thy neighbor, right? Heard that? Love your neighbor. Be good to others. In our dharma, we say, there's no other. Full stop. There's no other. But unfortunately, that mindset has sort of been taken as our weakness because we don't have enough Brahmas, we don't have enough Kshatriyas. That's where we lack. That's why we are losing everything. Like my ancestors ran from Afghanistan and people are running away. I don't know where we're running away, how small we'll become gradually. We don't know, because if we keep carrying out this attitude that it's not happening with me. So we have failed to create robust leaders. We have failed to create our children as robust leaders. We don't give them proper culture, proper guidance. Obviously, we lost that culture of Gurukul, that is why. But it's going to hit hard. I'm seeing the future that way. A very strong leader has to come. Even before the Kalki Avatar. Now, it has to happen within the next 50 years. Otherwise, we are going to lose a lot of things. People will keep pouncing on us wherever they see us. So that has to be understood.
What is the right way to do then? The way you kept quiet or the way Rashmi's son, he voiced out? What is the right way to do it?
If that lady was my colleague, if I had to interact with her every day, I would have definitely stopped her right there. And also in this case, if I had some time, because I was in a rush, we were in a vulnerable position where she was taking the blood out of my daughter, So I would have definitely told her something. I still told her that why people are killing on streets. But then I saw her mindset. She was not even understanding or listening to me. So we'll find such people who will keep ranting and everything. But if she's a threat to me or my daughter, I would definitely take an action, or for a long term. If she was my colleague or my neighbor, or I would have definitely called her, invited her, and had a nice argument with her. Nice argument. You should have difficult conversation in a civil way. That is a civil society. Now they're saying that on the streets of Bangladesh, there are no ladies or women coming out. If at all they're coming out in hijab. Before they were wearing saris. So the culture shift is already happening, and within next 2 months, you'll see a lot of changes. When something like this happens, Islamic forces take over, which are Islamist, like, those Kattar people. Mostly women suffer, children suffer, the economy suffers, everything suffer. Because they are fanatics, that is for sure. They don't have any higher purpose of life. My school also, there's like a lot of Muslim population, and some of them are very fanatics. And I stand against them. I go to the superintendent, the principal, and keep them in check. So I always stand for it, usually.
I feel that there is nothing right or wrong here. I mean, it's everybody's perspective and how to deal with the situation and what kind of situation and where is it happening actually. So in my son's situation, he thought that what he did was right because he had to stand up, he had to say something because somebody was saying something about his community. Though he doesn't even know much about India, they're born and brought up here, but still they have that feeling that it was about my people, my country, like why shouldn't I say something? When he was arguing with her, you know what she said? She said, it's a free country and I have a freedom of speech. I can say whatever I want and you are nobody to say something. In fact, this argument was not going anywhere. Personally, I feel if I was there, like I would have just laughed. Why? Because this petty issue, she doesn't know anything. She's exhausted, frustrated, and that's how she's taking it out, her frustration. You have a lot of problems against us, but God bless you.
From your son's perspective, he did right. And I would have not gone to such level, but I would have said that, oh my God, you're really rude and you don't have the right idea. God bless you. I would have definitely stood up because just to back up that cashier, make her feel supported. I would have definitely said something.
I mean, he said she is new, she is learning. If she's
Yeah.
little slow, what's the problem? Just wait, have patience. He should have stopped there. That's it.
I think I raised this point from Archana's point saying we don't stand up. Like, as you said, nobody backs up. So that is the one thing we think, okay, why to go into this argument? Just discontinue it. Even though the black lady, she is also immigrant.
Told my son, I said, actually, you should have said just one thing that, ma'am, you are not from here. You have also come from somewhere.
Definitely you should say something, but हिंदी में कहावत है ना, भैंस के आगे बीन नहीं बजाना चाहिए.
When I told him, he did not understand my.
So definitely you should say something, but limit yourself that किससे कितना बोलना है,
Exactly.
कभी-कभी छोटे में ही you can be potent. You can say something, but I generally back people up if I see somebody is vulnerable and somebody else is pouncing on them. Even though they're not related to me, I would definitely have said something. I'm not the kind of person who keeps quiet. And I see the situation and then speak out. So what your son did was also good from his perspective. It's okay. No, but you should have told, oh, बच्चा बहुत अच्छा काम किया तुमने. क्योंकि काम हो गया ना, कर लिया ना उसने, done. एंड देन पहले उसको प्रशंसा करना है, बहुत अच्छा किया, क्योंकि कितने कम लोग खड़े होते हैं. पहली बात देखो, एक तो यू सेड ही इज नॉट इवन born and brought up in India, but he still felt that, okay, that belongingness, and he said something, and he was speaking for the cashier, so he did a good job. It is a sign of a good human being, I would say. So first praise him, and then gradually 1-2 दिन के बाद समझाना था कि ऐसे लोगों से बहस नहीं लगाना है, भैंस के आगे बीन बजाने जैसा होता है. देन क्या होता है ना, उसको अच्छा लगता, क्योंकि we always do what we feel is right, no matter who we are. तो एक तरह से तो वो एक अच्छा ही काम किया. He was like Kshatriya only for that cashier little girl. I would have praised my son. कि वाह मेरा बच्चा.
My husband also came to know about it. When he came to know, he was worried. He said, you don't know आजकल क्या चलता है. लोग कोई पीछे आ जाता, तुम्हारे घर तक आ जाता, आगे घर के मतलब स्पाई करता, स्टॉक करता. You know, you should not involve yourself in all these things. So these are perspective. Everybody is on a different path. Everybody is thinking differently.
That is coming out of fear.
हाँ, तो फिर वहां पे और ये हुआ आर्ग्यूमेंट की आप फेयर में जीते हो, इस कंट्री में आपको फेयर में नहीं जीना है, आप लाइक स्ट्रॉन्ग.
किसी कंट्री में फेयर में क्यों जीना है?
हम क्या सोच रहे हैं, स्पिरिचुअलिटी में जा रहे हैं, मनसा वाचा कर्मा, हम लाइक वो सारी चीजें सोच के कि मैं, अब मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि मैं अपनी एनर्जी वेस्ट क्यों करूं इन लोगों पे।
नहीं नहीं, ऐसा नहीं है। जहाँ पे आपको मनसा वाचा एक इंस्ट्रूमेंट है, यू आर एन इंस्ट्रूमेंट, योर बॉडी, योर माइंड, योर स्पीच, एवरीथिंग इज एन इंस्ट्रूमेंट। जहाँ पे वो इंस्ट्रूमेंट का यूज है करना है, वहां पे चुप नहीं बैठना है, यू मस्ट स्पीक आउट।
लेकिन वो एक लिमिट में ना, जस्ट
वो लिमिट रश्मि आप डिसाइड नहीं कर सकते अपने बेटे के लिए, वही आपको
है वो एक इतना हर एक का अलग अलग उसकी
हाँ।
सोच अलग, मेरी अलग है, मेरे हस्बैंड की
हाँ,
अलग है।
तो इसीलिए अपना ओपिनियन नहीं देना है, मतलब इमीडिएटली, बाद में देना है धीरे से। इट्स अ सेंसिटिव मैटर व्हेन समबडी हैज डन एन एक्ट, एक कर्म हो चुका है, वो सोच रहा है उसने बहुत अच्छा काम किया, उसको है फिर थोड़ा बैक ऑफ करके एक दो दिन एनालाइज करके फिर बात करना है। कि बोलते हैं ना सैंडविच मेथड होना चाहिए। सैंडविच मेथड पता है? एक किसी ने सुना है मैनेजमेंट का, किसी को कुछ फीडबैक देना होता है तो पहले अच्छा बोलना होता है, बीच में वो फीडबैक देना होता है, फिर बाद में अच्छा बोलना होता है। दैट्स कॉल्ड अ सैंडविच मेथड। तो हमेशा बच्चों से भी बात करते समय सैंडविच मेथड, या किसी से भी बात करते समय सेंसिटिव टॉपिक, ये सैंडविच मेथड यूज करना है लाइफ में। सब अपने अपने हिसाब से करेंगे। बच्चों को रोबस्ट बनाना है, उनको और कायर तो नहीं बनाना है बच्चों को, ये तो बात तय है। दे मस्ट स्पीक फॉर देमसेल्व्स। मेरी बेटी को स्कूल में वो दिवाली का प्रेजेंटेशन देना था, आज से 2-3 साल पहले, छोटी थी, सो शी हैड टू डू सम प्रेजेंटेशन। शी वाज टेलिंग अबाउट लक्ष्मी देवी एंड वी प्रिपेयर लड्डू एंड वी प्रे लाइक दैट। पीछे से एक मुस्लिम लड़का बोलता है, डज योर लक्ष्मी कम एंड ईट लड्डू? और मेरी बेटी ने घर आके कैसे उसने बोला, और टीचर ने कुछ नहीं बोला। सबसे बड़ी बात है। तो मैं स्कूल में कंप्लेन करने गई थी कि ऐसा होना नहीं चाहिए। फिर मेरी बेटी तो उस समय वीक और वल्नरेबल हो गई, उसको फिर मैंने सशक्त किया कि हम लड्डू चढ़ाते हैं तो क्या होता है, भगवान भाव लेते हैं, फिजिकली लड्डू तो नहीं लेते हैं, हमारा ग्रैटिट्यूड लेते हैं, हमारा लव लेते हैं, और लड्डू में हम अपना एनर्जी डालते हैं, हम उसको खाते हैं। ऐसे मैंने उसको समझाया। तो एवरी मोमेंट शुड बी एन अपॉर्चुनिटी फॉर यू टू टीच योर किड्स, नॉट मेक देम वल्नरेबल, कि कोई कुछ भी बोल दिया चुप होके रो के आ जाओ घर में, ऐसा नहीं चलेगा। दिस इज नॉट द एज। हम अभी अलग एरा में रह रहे हैं। आपने देखा कितने अग्रेसिव हैं लोग हमारे सामने, लेकिन हमारा जो फिलॉसफी है ना, अगर इफ यू रियली अंडरस्टैंड, इतना रोबस्ट है कि कोई खड़ा नहीं हो पाएगा। हमारा माइंड इतना क्लियर हो सकता है, इंटेलिजेंट हो सकता है, हमारे बच्चे इतने इंटेलिजेंट हो सकते हैं, एंड दे विल बिकम लीडर्स देन। यू हैव टू ट्रेन यंग माइंड्स लाइक दैट, गिव देम क्लैरिटी, व्हाट वी डू, व्हाई वी डू, एंड व्हाट इज द कोर फिलॉसफी। हम किसी हेवन या भगवान के पीछे तो है नहीं, हम तो आत्मज्ञान, हमारा मोक्ष हमारा गोल है। वो हर एक बच्चे को पता होना चाहिए, और उसकी क्या मेथडोलॉजी है।